in like royal garb. And when they're changing the guards, the key is nothing failed. Are you in position? And how synchronized they are, and how they just take their time and changing it off and changing the positions. That's what's happening. The point is, are you in position? Are you ready to catch the baton?
You know what? And, you know, sometimes we know that when certain organizations change leadership or residing prelates, and it goes to the next person and things like drop off the face of the earth. That makes you think.
That's it. And if you're in position, then it's gonna be set up. You know, when we just recently got a new mayor, okay? But guess what? She's in position.
Yes.
And she came in with her team.
Yes.
It's never I, it's called team.
Team, we.
It's a we thing.
It's not an I thing.
No, it's a we thing.
Okay.
It's a we thing. But this is the scripture. I know you're waiting for it. Matthew 20 is where he took me. Matthew 20. For the kingdom of heaven is like unto a man that is an householder, which went out early in the morning to hire laborers into his vineyard. That's us. We're the laborers. And when he had agreed with the laborers for a penny a day, he sent them into his vineyard. And he went out about the third hour and saw others standing idle in the marketplace. Are you idle?
Hit it.
And said unto them, go ye also into the vineyard, and whatsoever is right, I will give you. And they went their way. There's no lack in him. Again, he went about the 6th and 9th hour, and did likewise. And about the 11th hour, see, we're in the 11th hour, he went out and found others standing idle, and saith unto them, why stand ye here all the day idle? They say unto him, because no man hath hired us. He said unto them, go ye also into the vineyard, and whatsoever is right, that shall ye receive. So when even was come, the Lord of the vineyard said unto his steward, call the laborers and give them their hire, beginning from the last unto the first. And when they came, they were hired about the 11th hour. They received every man a penny. But when the first came, they supposed that they should have received more. And they likewise received every man a penny. So they were given the same amount of money equally. And when they had received it, they murmured against the goodman of the house, saying, these last have wrought but 1 hour, and thou hast made them equal unto us, which have bore the burden and heat of the day. But he answered one of them and said, friend, I do thee no wrong. Didst thou not agree with me for a penny? Take that thine is, and go thy way. I will give unto this last, even as unto thee. Is it not lawful for me to do what I will with mine own? Is thine eye evil? Because I am good. So the last shall be first, and the first last. For many are called, but few are chosen.
Yes, that's right.
And what's going on in the household of faith is those of us that think that we got it.
Come on.
We done did it all. We have been in it longer. There's an 11th call that's going out right now in this season. And we need to be receptive.
Yes.
And not in a position of murmuring and complaining. This is not the season to start hating on folks.
We should be rejoicing when others come into a position, come into a certain stature. We should rejoice because our deliverance is near. You know, God has not forgotten, you know, and so a lot of people is like, well, I should have been, I was here longer. No, sometimes, you know, God is doing something. He knows what he's doing. We just have to, you know, be in a place where we totally rely on God,
Right.
not on self, not on flesh, not what's going on. We got to rely on God because it's always a position. Maybe he didn't put you in that place because he had something else where he wanted to put you. But you can mess yourself up by running your mouth, by becoming disgruntled, what you were saying earlier, by just acting a hot mess when in all actuality, God has a greater place for you and you have messed it all up. You have just stepped right out of position by attitude, by the way you're carrying yourself, your demeanor. You have stepped right out of place.
And this is something that he's just given me. So this is fresh off the press. But
God.
if you notice that when the call went out again, the response of the laborers were, no one hired us. Now, what the revelation of that is, when it says no one hired us, that means there was some type of connection to the ones that went prior, because it said no one hired us. So they were looking to be hired. So some people are stagnated.
Yeah, all that.
And they're still because the connector is out of place. So in this particular situation, it said they were idle, but their idle was the only reason they were really standing idle, because what was the response? Nobody hired us. They were waiting to be hired. So we can't be critical of the ones that are coming in the 11th hour. We can't be judgmental of the ones that are coming in the 11th hour, because they were waiting and probably looking for something to take place that did not take place. But that goes to show you that when someone steps out of place, it's not going to abort your future.
No.
It's not going to abort your destiny. And what is promised to you is promised to you. If you can't see it in the scripture alone, we were waiting for somebody to hire us. See, I call that the hateration. I call that, I want this and I want it all to myself. I'm not thinking about the next one. I want this all to myself. And they're just sitting there waiting. No one hired us. No one hired us. But our God is so awesome, and he's so mighty, and he is so powerful that he's going to scoop you up himself. If it just takes him stepping into it, he's going to step right on into it. So if you're looking for the next one to pass the baton, it's a twofold. It might be generational, but I'm going to tell you something. There's something supernatural, because there's something supernatural that just happened in this situation. Whoever was supposed to hire didn't hire, but God still came and got those people and brought those laborers. So some people